Super Robotising MX Portable! It's your boy Zappa, Daimyo no Super Robo, and welcome back to the mix-up, MX Portable. Previously, we went and adventured towards Tokyo Jupiter just to watch Razafon show up and abscond, completely ignoring anything that we had going on. What a sham. What a shame. How rude. But let us continue. Oh, we can actually do these in any order. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with just going down the list, maybe. Hopefully. What is? Yeah, that's where we want to go. All right. Game allows you to shoot 3 missions here, but it isn't usual routes, but you still have to do them all. So events may change a bit depending on the order, but they're assigned to fixed numbers, so we'll just there's no secret, so we can just do them in whatever order we want. Let's go get some cool kids. Over. I actually don't know where this is. Is this Gear Headquarters, or what does it say? Oh, I should also hit that other button. Alright, Hoshimi Town. Mysterious group suddenly enters the atmosphere and begins destructive activities. In response, Gear Headquarters activates Operation D. Ashin! Now we are at Gear Headquarters. Allow me to do one more bit of setup. Okay, yeah, Gear Headquarters. There we go. Chief Shibuya is having a bad day, as Meteor reports, reports that a group of Gopher Robeasts have just breached the Space Corps' last defense line. What about Gear's defensive satellites? Aiko, our cute little girl here, the operator says all but 13% is still active and unable to halt the enemy's advance. Shibuya is dumbfounded that the enemy could break through so easily, as Meteor reports First Federation Fighter Squadron beginning its attack run. Shibuya doesn't seem all that hopeful. Professor Inoue posits that the invaders are presumably after the underground laboratory. It's best if they contact the Federation to get permission to use that. Shibuya agrees, telling Inoue to make ready when he secures permission. When it comes to Operation D, we'll begin. Furthermore, he asks Aiko to call Vega immediately. As for Kirakuni, it's time for him to get to work, and he is more than ready. Shibuya asks Aiko what the current location of the ship Misumaru told him about, the Nihil Argama, patrolling and currently about half an hour away from here, and he asks her to request for their help. Over here, Hoshimi Town. We find the Kusanagi family having just moved into town. Orie asks her son Hokuto how he likes their new home. I do not like Mom's haircut. It looks hideous. He hasn't quite formed an opinion, what with them having just moved in today, but she figures it's a nice place to live. She's eager to start a new job as a manager at a local coffee shop as well. Hokuto at least warns her to do so carefully, as she seems to get bruised a lot in her jobs quite often. Oh, she's such a klutz. Orie will keep it in mind, but hopes that soon he'll be making many good friends and come to a town like this as well, which sounds good to Hokuto. Now, is there anywhere that he wants to go or play? Yes, but not before they're done unpacking everything. How about they go see the sights around town after Keisuke, the husband, comes back from work? This works for Hokuto, who wants to go and check out his new school, since he'll be starting there tomorrow after all. At the school, we find Ginga busily practicing some martial arts. It seems he's lost his mother again yesterday and lost to his mom, and is determined to win today. Someday I'll be a master wrestler like Kazuya Ryuzaki, the King of Hearts, he says to himself. And off he goes, until he notices Hokuto watching, who is curious about Ginga's weird dance. It's not a dance, idiot! It's Shorinji Kenpo! Hokuto apologizes, though he asks if we needed to really call him names when explaining that. In any case, Ginga hasn't seen him before and asks who he's talking to. Hokuto explains that he's just moved over when his mom comes over, happy to see he's already making friends. However, that gets interrupted when she gets a page that startles her. When Hokuto asks, she just says that a small problem came up, and off she goes. Sus. Oria needs to take off for a bit, so she asks the kids to head home right now. Yes, even Ginga, and he doesn't need to know why. As she leaves, neither Hokuto nor Ginga understand what just happened. Regardless, they do exchange introductions. Ginga finds Hokuto Kusanagi to be a weird name. Well, what's his then? Ginga Izumo, as in Galaxy. See? Pretty cool name, huh? He boasts. No, not weird. The Hokuto answers appropriately. But before Ginga can get all up in his face about it, air raid sirens bellow across the town. Could the Giganos really be attacking here? Time to go home, as they were told. As they do so, the two kids start getting miffed at each other that the other is following them home. It slowly dawns on them that, yo, they're neighbors. But even now, they've got a bigger problem. Ginga's family hasn't returned from shopping, and Hokuto's mom's nowhere to be found. Crisis is compounded by a robot one Ginga's ever seen before, dropping nearby and firing everywhere. And it's coming their way! Stage 4. Aoi Kiseki. Blue Miracle. Google Translate tried to recorrect the way it is written, and in doing so, it changes the name to Azure Trajectory. It's not the name of the stage. Not the name of what's going on. Alright. Aiko reports that one of the Gulfers road beasts that descended upon the town is attacking indiscriminately. Civilian evacuation is almost complete, but media reports that the Federation's fighter squadron... I have skipped a page? I realize I've skipped a page because I was looking at the G Gundam stage in my book, and we're not doing the G Gundam stage. Alright, anyway, road beasts descend upon the town, attacking indiscriminately. Civilian evacuation is complete, but media reports Federation fighter squadron is now down to half. It's only a matter of time before more arrive here. But what about Hirakuni? Has he boarded it yet? No, Aiko says he's still en route, having to reach his destination on foot as the Gulfers' attack has made other modes of transportation out of the question. Inoue grumbles that he knew he should have made some kind of underground secret passages for pilots like the Science Fortress Lab does. There's no point in grumbling about it now, and to make things worse, the Nihil Argama is still about 10 minutes out. Shibuya sees that they'll need to hold the line for as long as they can and asks about Vega's status. Currently heading into the scene on her Valkyrie. Well, there she is. Vega's here, worried about the road beast headed towards a certain place. Worst case scenario, she'll have to pilot it by herself. Up ahead, the monster's heading over towards Hokuto and Ginga's location. Vega is shocked that some people still haven't been evacuated. The road beast bombard the stadium, spreading splash damage and hitting around the kids. In their frustration and confusion, the kids yelling out in unison.
Nintendo's activated!
Kirakuni's done it! No, the cockpit's empty!
What? A robot?
A mobile suit? No, it's something else!
Think it's something like Mazinger or Daimos?
Maybe, but I've never seen that one before. And it just walks over.
Ah, it moved! Ah! Hey, Nintendo's! Let me go! Hey, what's with this thing?
What the hell? It picked up those kids! Kirakuni, what's happening? Report! Some kids, 2 of them were just taken to Nintendo's cockpit!
What?
Did you just say kids?
This is, Kinga! You're in here too, Okuto?
It got caught, I think!
What now, Chief? I can't get on!
How did this happen? Maybe Nintendo's chosen those 2. Deikaku! We can only hope now. Give me video via the cockpit, please. I'll talk to them. Alright.
Dang it, let me out!
I knew it. This is the robot's cockpit, right? Him. It's him. Why? Bonk.
What's going on? What the fat?
Easy, calm down already. Your attacks aren't gonna hurt us at least.
Say what? Why am I gonna be stuck in here in the first place?
Hey, I don't want to be in here either, but screaming isn't helping.
If we don't scream, no one's gonna come save us.
Hush, I already got a huge headache without you yelling in my ear.
Didn't you just hear what I said, you idiot?
There you go, calling me an idiot again. That's twice now.
When did I say that, huh? You got me on record? Tell me specific year, month, day, hour, minute, and second where I got that. Put that on Betamax. Unalterable edited footage. Just a minute ago. We met today.
Kids,
hey!
Huh?
Who's that? Do you see us?
I do. You're both inside the cockpit of Gear Fighter Tendo.
Tendo?
I knew it. It's this thing. I'm certain both of you are very confused. Honestly, we all are. But we can only rely on you 2 right now. There's no other option.
Rely on us? For what?
Stand up straight, both of you! Count to 3 and put 1 foot in front of the other as you do! That's it, just like that. Alternate your left and right feet.
Tendo's walking. Hey, this isn't too hard. Ichi, ni, san. Ichi, ni, san.
Huh?
They walked right past it.
Hey, where are you 2 going?
Are we supposed to do this and run?
No, the Tendo's a gear fighter. What would you use that for if not fighting?
Do you want us to fight?
I do. Do you see something like a handheld game in front of you?
Yes, but...
That's a gear commander. Punch in the following code. Drive A once, LR twice, LL once, enter, then plug it into the dashboard.
Okay, hurry, Kinga! LL once, there!
Here you go!
I see it now. This is an installer.
Yes, that's right.
And an installer is
a device to put input commands into a computer. It's with that you'll be able to send orders and turbines and Nintendo's hands and feet. The hands are A, the left foot is LL. Don't worry, I've got it figured out already.
Hokuto? Hey, Kinga, remember that Kempo technique you were doing back there? Try that one. You serious?
Yeah, I have to do something about that thing. If we don't, it'll destroy everything, including the town and its people.
We can do it. I know we'll be fine.
That's right, you will.
Alright, here goes.
Souls. Defeat all enemies. Gear Fighter is defeated. Well, since the controls have immediately jumped onto her, alright, let us observe Battle Mom Vega on her motorcycle, the Victory. She has leadership, support attack level 1, support defense level 2. Typos. You have focus and fury, direct hit, which fuck your barriers and support attacks. As you can see, I've also got it favorited, so I did mark Dendo as one of my favorites. So that's Dendo and Grandizer, and then I don't know if it's Ava or Deimos. She has Bless and Disruption, my favorite spell of all time. And the Valkyrie has a weird unit, or a weird mechanic. It has water movement. Instead of sinking, it treats water tiles like they're ground. It hovers on water. That's actually kind of fucking cool. Alright, voice actress is Kotono Mitsuishi? Otherwise, in other works, she's Masato, she's Sailor Moon, Mai Shinori, Inko Iori, Maru, Street Fighter's Camry. She does work. Alright, combining the TFO's untouchability with some nice support spirits and surprise mook hunting powers, and you've got a pretty impressive unit. Vega cannot be touched unless the RNG really hates you, because on most enemies, their chance to hit her will be in the single digits. Her stats are nice and her skill is high, paired with a big modifier in their weapons, makes her very unlikely to score some crits. She's also stuck using her missiles when they're not post-movement. So either slap a Minovsky crap on that bike or buy her hitting away, and let others take some kills while you're fighting mostly flying foes. And always remember to swear your undying fealty to Koto Mitsuishi. No, we're good. We don't have to do that. But hell yeah, Disruption! Our first Disruption! Well, we don't need to start spending those right now. Alright, and the boys! Gear Fighter Dendo! Hokuto has Prevail level 2, support attack level 1, Fighting Spirit, so that's plus 5 morale on start. Hokuto has Prevail level 2, support defense level 1, and assist attack level 1. Ginga comes with Guts and Strike. Hokuto has Focus and Wall. And because they're kids, typically kids are voiced by women. Ginga's voice actress is Yoko Matsuoka, who has done Titania and Votoms, Daiichi and Granzort, Carl Lichter in Future GPX? I don't know what that is. And then Hokuto's voice actress is Naomi Shindo, who's Kigali in Seed, Irene in Valkyria Chronicles, Khalifa in One Piece. Though I just played this game ages ago, I remember getting a ton of mileage out of the Dendo. It's got some very unique mechanics about it, which we'll see as we go, making it incredibly flexible. Its range isn't the greatest, but it's serviceable, and we'll get around that later, naturally. King is the main pilot right now, though you can set Hokuto as the main during the intermission. Their stats are pretty similar, though Ginga has a slight edge on offense. Dendo can be very bulky, especially since Hokuto knows Iron Wall. With some extra skills, you can keep that command running for quite a while. Dendo is one of the more common event deployments, FYI, so you'll need to put it to use whether you like it or not. Even without that, I would still use it since it's quite a good unit, and it can be pretty damn broken depending on how sassy you're feeling. Oh, we are the most sassy. So, can we get Battlemon in here? Yes, we can. Execute the move. Gulfer, time has finally come. Time has finally come for us to fight. I will make sure those two in the Dendo are kept safe.
Here we go! Ginga! Right on! We can't let Sing wreck any more of our town!
So the extra commentary is it seems like Master Asia had more than one student in regards to Vega. However, the boys, Ginga is known as Kenshiro Jr. Unfortunately, despite the fact that that was a dynamic finish pose, enemies do not explode during dynamic hit finishes. Alas, alack.
Somehow we made it! Very well done, you two!
The Federal Army's fighter squadron has failed to repel the enemy Gulfer Robies approaching upon Hoshimi airspace.
Their main force is here.
Oh, Brunon just informed me of something I never realized. It's fucking glorious, isn't it? This is Devil Saturn 6, a play on God Mars, who's 5 or 6 robots. Rokushin Gatai. Motherfuck. Yo, what a fucking revelation that is. Devil Saturn 6, God Mars. I love it. He speaks particularly in Kansai, so he had to replace for something, and some lines directly reference him having some kind of accent. Oh! Okay, so it's kind of Cockney then. I'll try to be a little country with it. Energy rain was coming come very round here, eh? Oi! Pinhead may be in charge, but there's a proper save driver he is. If he wants something, you have to go on and take it for himself. No, that's still slipped into Cockney, but I'll try. Ah! That cannot happen. Oh, it is kind of Cockney. Ah! Can that be happening now that I'm busy digging around the moon? Wait, what? Those aren't Gulfer. Who are they? You think they're enemies too? Cribbins! Are you Kenryu? What's it doing here? I think he's shocked to see us. That goes both ways. There's something else not good to look at. We weren't there for a jiffy. No, I thought he'd shown up, I did. Oh, speaking of the devil in here appeared, Joe Hendry and whatnot. If Violet actually did, it'd be a big problem. I'm proper tired of going through it with them again and again. And fair warning, if you get your hopes up, don't. I'd be willing to be coming on there, honest. Who is he talking to? Alright, time to get to work. Bomb duties and commander ranks as good as ours. They're coming! Heads up, you two! We have to fight them too? How many times do I have to tell you? Yes! But... Are you serious? How are we supposed to find all these enemies then? Is there anything we could use, like a missile launcher, or a beam rifle, or a sword, or bow, a yo-yo, some big hammer, even a guitar? Do we have any weapons? And MXP also asked for a boomerang, a chainsaw, and or blue feathers. The fuck are the blue feathers for? I wonder what those are reference to. Yo-yo da? Nope. At least for now, they'll have to just make do. Install the command SP1 with your gear commander. And with that, Nintendo has some more moves, but we can't move because it's not our turn! Also, we have no idea how troublesome it is to write different sounding designs. Yeah, you fucking making me read it in Cockney, goddammit. That said, you have a good grimace face as you did. If anyone asks why an alien would have such a Scottish accent, close enough. I'd like you first to ask me why you'd have a Kansai accent. That is a fair and valid assessment. Why did you give him Scottish? Why does he have Kansai? Battle save, go! Hey, new moves, except we can't use any of them because they're inside our range. Why can't I use this? It's a map weapon? We already have a fucking map weapon? What? Oh, the spinning! Oh, the spinning! I remember the spinning. No, you're gonna steal my fucking item, you shit! Oh, thank God. Ichigeki sucks. Ginga and Hokuto level up. I didn't mean to. We could skip this. Okay, it's the X button. No. Start. Boys level up again. And it's at a fixed interval, so there's no fast forward skipping. I mean, I have that button. I have that power. Look! I can make it go faster. Alright. Might reinforce! Deploy the boys. Grab those three first, and then grab our heal bots. Grab our supers. So we gotta get to send everybody. Alright. However, let's finally ride, much to Shibuya's relief. Kane has no idea what these creatures are, and if anything, Judo kind of figures that they're not Earth-made. Inwardly, Duke sees that, as he feared, they finally come to his world. Oh, since we can scroll over, do we have a scan? Nobody has scan. It's fair. Because the data is here. Let's see. Devil Saturn 6. Devil Saturn. Devil Saturn. It's not Satan, it's Saturn. Now that I get the reference, God, Mars, Devil Saturn, hell yeah, dude. That's... Oh, I love that revelation. He has Prevail level 2, Support Attack level 1. His machine has debuff immunity, so... Accuracy down, mobility down, armor down do not work. He is voiced by Kenichi Ono, who has been Zonger in various robot Sanger's Onbolt, the Prospector and Nabisco, Shirota and Daiguard, amongst others. Standard super robot mini boss like Belendos, he's a wee bit resilient and hits pretty hard. His strongest attack is a rather big accuracy modifier, so he might pull some not insignificant numbers on, you know, the characters that aren't the TFO or Vega. Ooh, big moves. Big prizes. Ooh, Kantai-san.
逃がさないわよ。ハイメガランチャー発射。
Dang. Oh, you have been hit. That's a problem. Probably 8 a hit. Koji levels up. I will take that item, please. Container head. I don't know. Biosensor, maybe? Oh, I don't have paperwork. Items. I don't have an item page open. Parts list. Yeah, biosensor. That's pretty decent. We like those. We accept those here. Oh, nice. Put that good shit on. Huh, I didn't know you were still talking. Oh, that's why I didn't notice it. I turned the chat off the screen. That's why I didn't notice. I'm sorry, Prime. I wasn't ignoring you on purpose. The game that King's mother won't be worried about her son, Ryoma. We don't have Edgelord Ryoma, though. At least we're worried it's Toei Ryoma is nice and at least Savage War Machine version. It's also funny when they just walk past the enemy Dendo as if they say, I'm defeating the Mag 10 caught battle video. And funny they ask if they raise the shop. Yo-yos, beam rifles, and such combat areas of aiming X. Diamos is the only one. Yeah, I know. Being a meeting Roman in this game had to be funny given its toy version, at least Psycho. At least Psycho gets a fill-in for Masato. This one will launch Evangelion. She's also a zombie and zombie icon. Oh yeah, cool. It says a lot that one thing going on. It'd be fun to see this game. It's sad it got left out. Maz and Kaiser. You are a big fan of Maz and Kaiser. Fun to see Brave X Kaiser was in this, and Dendo bad guys working with the Geisters, or not Decepticons. Machine Robo foes, aka not Renegades. Fun to see Dendo foes work together, basically both transforming robot brands of the 80s. Ba ba ba. When you see a game that's so very Showa heavy, and one of the last SRWs I've seen. Oh, we're up for Duke. We're the Gal Gardner song in this game. The Nintendo's based off Project C ideas. $21.12. Repair kit. Well, damn. Get the robot, gets another level. Hayato learns Prevail level 2. Can't attack. We will try to dodge. We can defend. Dang it. Are they good? I could probably get the DJ if I tried hard enough, but that requires leveling up a bunch of like Gundam characters to level 25, and I am probably not going to. I have to check again to see what the list is, but it's like have like maybe 6 or 7 different Gundam pilots, or maybe all the Double Zeta kids at level 25 when Camille shows up. No. That requires me to fill up my roster with a bunch of junk. Not likely to happen. Okay, we'll have Koji slide in. Like you saw, I went to go send Puru and Puru 2 after the guy that was over here, and I kind of overkilled him with Benkei. No, dang it. I know we get the Regis Z. I know that. I like the Regis Z. It was pretty dang good in Impact for a long time. I don't know. I find Jigans to be pretty unspectacular ground units. At least the Regis Z can fly, and it has a second life if it gets shot down on accident. Nope. And I wouldn't use it if I did. Load up. Full armor Hyakashiki, I think it is. I don't know when or how you get it. And again, I'm not a real guy. It's all super robots for me. So like Judo, Camille and the Zeta, Armor and the New, maybe somebody in a support unit like the Messis or the Mega Rider. That's the extent of Gundams that I'd be using, or real types. The Dragonar boys are going to be taking up more real type slots than anything. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. Ba-da-da-da. Also, don't care about the mass-produced Great Mazinger. That's an effort that requires boss, and I don't have boss. I might try for it, sure. I'll try for every secret to one and done it, but I have to look and take note and see what Gundam kids I need to have in order to actually do that. Dragnar caught some like high-grade model kits recently. I've got the high-grade Lifter 1. Who has been tapped and injured? Judo. Heal that boy. Oh, you can shoot the missiles from back there. Dang, you don't have fortune yet? Got a whole parade of weirdos coming to our world. Hey, we didn't come all the way here for a laugh, laddie. It's business, eh? Someone has your back. Mega Rider only has one move.
もっとマシな手はなかったのかよ。もらうよ。
手でもないで。
Alright, let's start. Taking support shots.
いただき。
手でもないで。往生際悪いで。
ほらほら、こっちこっち。
俺だって。エリ、見てな。俺様の活躍を。
そこちょうどかゆかったとこや。
Oh, that's a map weapon. Oh, does that take your command if I do that? It would be pointless if I did. On. Yeah, do focus. Dang it. Morale ain't high enough. 10 and 9. Don't we have rouse? Doesn't somebody have rouse? I could have sworn someone had rouse. Or is that somebody will learn rouse? Oh, we have bless though. Mom's got bless. Okay, cheer and bless are on this side. Noted thusly. Disruptions in the corner. I don't see bless, so or rouse. So damn. Hey, you looks really confusing me. I'm gonna turn your head into food sitter. Wow, that alien's got a Kansai accent. This is the time to be amazed, Ginga. I know. Just make sure you keep up with my moves. Yeah. Hey, this is not a 10Q2 Shinken fighters, huh? No, this is Shiroinji
It's a Shinoichi Kenpo! Get it in your head, you funny alien!
この野郎旋風回転逆続けて白菜重落下
これはあかん。ワイの力を侮るんやないで。
何すんだこの
Let's run Getter Q over here. Yep, but licensing. Licensing is always the issue. Oh, has it? Well then. No, we don't move mom yet. Fuck it, tank. That could be a lot of damage. Matter of fact, what if we make sure that that's enough? You have nothing offensive, but your HP is full, so nope. Alright, let's get Eno some experience. God, dude, level up already! Big money, big prizes. And I already turned... Dang. Oh well.
一気に行くぜ。よし、見てろよ。ビームサーベルの出力上げれば。
しもた。やられてもうたわ。
Alright. ba, ba, ba. Scrolling. He drops a biosensor. Devil Saturn isn't too happy that he had a perfect chance to win since he didn't show up today. He explodes and runs off. There it is. Judo learned Lucky. Level 12. Process. Ginga and Hokuto finally breathe a sigh of relief, but then Dendo runs out of power. The folks at Gear had yet to set up anything for it, so the machine only has its auxiliary energy to use. Tibia will use a recovery beacon launched right away. Anti-beam coat was also there to be picked up. Alright. At the East Skull Moon Base, Gandalf is being informed of the new arrival on the exact opposite side of the moon. It's an immense fortress, the Spiral Castle. Gandalf's folks recognize its owners all too well, the Gulfer, enemies of all life in the universe. Reki relates how they were quick in something. Reki relates how quick they were in sending some road beasts down to Earth, but they were all destroyed by Duke Fleet's group. They haven't attacked the Vagans yet, but Gondal isn't surprised, as their shields should still keep them invisible, which means they can continue to sit back and see what happens. Over at said castle, Devil Saturn finishes reporting what happened, and all of Giga Gurume heard is that he failed and fled from the Earthlings with his tail between his legs. Deandra herself isn't sympathetic and chides him for bringing shame to the Gyandara. Or Gyandolar. Sure. Saturn apologizes to Sis, earning him another round of yelling. He's supposed to call her with an appropriately respectable title. Giga Witter, the floating ball thingy here, knows that it is by the Gulfer Emperor's command that they are using the Gyandalar, but still is appalled by their incompetency. Deandra fires back that they're here as their collaborators and only because Gyandalar boss, Gades, wanted so. Regardless, Giga Absolute knows that they are after the same thing, the data weapons, as opposed to the High Libido, or the Sarvlamu. Deandra admits that, but wants them to honor the alliance forged between their leaders. Absolute sneers are hearing a space criminal speak of such thing. Their bickering is interrupted by the core of the Spiral Castle itself. Problem they should focus on is Dendo, with whom none of them expected to be in this world. The Empire has long been searching for it, the one lost gear. And if it's here on Earth, the data weapons must be there too, as they are connected to the gears. Thankfully, it does not appear that either it or the Earthlings have managed to get their hands on any of the sacred electronic beasts just yet. Spiral Castle orders a plan to annihilate mankind and suspend all efforts made to find the data weapons. Spiral Castle orders the plan to annihilate mankind suspended, and all efforts are now to find the data weapons. Furthermore, he wants the 3 generals of the Gulfer to send in their chips, in the form of humans, to Earth in order to help with the search. Absolute, the one with the red hair, Gurume, this dude in the green suit, and Witter stand surprised that humans apparently have the same appearance as the Arctos people. Regardless, they are ready to serve, and also have speech impediments that makes them append odd suffixes to their phrases. Regardless, they are off to go look for the data weapons, and Deandra angrily notes that they have to also hurry from their end. Back on Earth at Gear headquarters, Jubi introduces himself. This is a dude? Wow, for years! I've never seen Dendo but 4 years! I thought that this was a female commander. Yo. Like an older, bigger woman. Like, why couldn't that have been a female commander? What the hell, dude? This is fine. I mean, it's fine. It's just like, oh, okay. Did not know that was a guy. My bad. Anyway, Shibuya introduces himself to Bright and asks him for our support. It was only thanks to it that they repelled the enemy. Bright is humble, but would like to ask a few questions. Just like the kids would, Shibuya figures. It is then that Kirakuni brings in Hokuto and Ginga, and Bright now understands that they are the pilot of that blue robot. At the chief's request, the kids introduce himself and ask for info regarding this place. Inoue explains that GEAR is a secret organization meant to safeguard the Earth from the Gulfer, an empire of machines bent on exterminating all life. And, of course, Dendo is the machine that they've made to face them. Ginga can get that, but doesn't understand why they need to pilot it. Vega chimes in. Chief, allow me to explain the rest. That voice! Are you... Someone was talking to us in the cockpit? Yes, I am, Ginga, Hokuto. Her voice is so much like Mom's. Hey, wait a minute! Yes? Are you copying Shard the Red Comet with that mask? Eh? Well, now that you mention it... No, this ride's a very important piece of equipment for my missions. Okay. Vega introduces herself as the Gear's vice leader and requests that they bring the Gear commanders together. And when they do, the two things start to give off light. Which is a far stronger reaction than Kirakuni and Vega got. She says that only those who can bring forth the light from the Gear commanders are capable of piloting the Dendo, and the strength of the light will become the Dendo's strength. Mind you, they don't really know why Dendo chose Ginga and Hokuto as its pilots. However, she does know that they are now necessary for the Dendo to reach its full potential and save the Earth from the Gulfer. Simply put, Gear needs them to use Dendo to lead the fight against Gulfer. Ginga and Hokuto are obviously shocked at having such a request made of them, while Bright ponders a situation that requires more kids like Judo and their team to take the field. Ugh. There's Bright. Hokuto wants to know why they need them with the Dendo when there are already so many strong robots around. Furthermore, Ginga wants to know why the Gulfer are even attacking in the first place. Inoue reiterates, Machine Empire bent on exterminating all life. They've wrecked a bunch of planets in the past and ours is just next on the list. Furthermore, the mighty Gulfer have been further empowered by the alliance with the Gondolar. And on top of all that, they've already set up their base on the moon. Well, then this is already impossible for us. We can't do anything against that. We're just ordinary elementary school kids. How can a kid like us fight an empire of machines? But we already just did that, didn't we? Ginga counters, and Hokuto doesn't think they can do it again, but Ginga does. For whatever reason, they were chosen by Dendo, and that has to mean something that they can do, right? Hokuto isn't all that convinced that they can do anything, but Ginga isn't willing to agree before they haven't even tried. How can he call himself a man acting like such a kid? Hokuto yells back that Ginga has no idea how terrible something like combat is. Ginga yells back that he does, and he can't just turn his back on everything. Alright, enough of you two little brats! You're so noisy! Vega counters using her mom voice. Like, enough with you two, blah 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 blah, you're so noisy! As Shibuya, Bright, Kirakuni, Hokuto, and Ginga stand daunted, she quickly snaps back out of mom mode and apologizes. Vega tells Hokuto that she understands how he feels, yet it is also the truth that the Dendo has chosen them and that everyone needs their help. Furthermore, to Ginga, she says that being chosen does not change the danger of this battle. Shibuya leaves it to them to make the decision. Ginga doesn't really see a choice, lest his friends in hometown end up a victim of the Gopher. Furthermore, he gives Hokuto some words from his mother. Righteousness without strength is powerlessness. Strength without righteousness is violence. Got some strength of their own now, so he wants to use it for what's right. Vega tells Hokuto to have faith both in himself and in Dendo, and he finally relents. He'll pilot the machine as a way to protect his family and everyone else from the Gopher. Shibuya thanks them both, and with that decided, turns to Bright with a request. Take the kids and the Dendo onto the Argama as a way for them to gain experience. Shibuya knows that considering the situation of the world, Gear cannot limit themselves to fighting only the Gopher. Hokuto can't believe this shit. They're fighting other humans, but Shibuya tells him that there are many groups right now trying to dominate the world. Those groups, like the Gopher, threaten the peace of the entire Earth sphere. And to set Hokuto's mind at ease, Vega points out that modern mobile weapons come equipped with high-performance ejection systems. Thus, were she to hit the cockpit directly, the pilots will still be safe. And with that, Shibuya asks Inoue to see that Dendo is brought to Nihil Argama. The professor calls the kids to follow. As they leave, though, Bright turns to Shibuya with a dark cloud over his face. The chief understands feeling ill at ease with the thought of sending more kids off to battle. However, having been chosen by the Dendo, this is something that neither of them can avoid. So what is that supposed to mean? Well, Vega explains that the Gopher will be after them and the machine now that they've got their hands on them. All life in the galaxy will be finished. It asks Bright demanding to know what the Dendo has within it to pull such a thing off. And Vega promises to tell him when that time is right. And with that in mind, she's joining the children aboard the ship as well. Mom in. Aboard the ship, a team are giving the Dendo a look over. Aqua ponders that it's quite different from an Earth-made unit, what with turbines on its limbs. And judging from what we saw in the battle, it also seems to be a melee-focused robot just like the mobile fighters. Kane also mentions how the pilots are about the same age as the Perus, eliciting a startled reaction out of Aqua, because she continues to be the oldest person on the team. Speaking of the Perus, they are shown Ginga and Hokuto around the ship, and they're surprised to see that machine has already been brought aboard. Peru 2 does wonder what that's like with open hatch in the Dendo's back, but neither of them know what it's for, they just got here. Kane and Koji like seeing the kids all getting along so quickly, but Aqua's off on her own, panicked in her monologue. These kids are the Dendo's pilots? And I heard the soon-to-be-arrived pilot of Raiden, Akira Hibiki's also a high schooler? Are we really not getting any pilots around my age? Inoue and Aiko then arrive, having taken a little bit more time than anticipated to bring in the Hyper Dendo batteries aboard. And now with these plugged in, there'll be no risk of today's event repeating. Wait, what? Dendo runs on batteries? Hokuto balks at this. But don't robots nowadays all run on stuff like solar power, internal engines, or the power of the soul, or whatever? Inoue admits that they considered that, but they were worried about what would happen at night, or on snowy days or rainy days. But with these, the only problem is keeping them recharged. Aqua's still a little concerned, but as mobile weapons burn through energy like no one's business. Even the government's own auxiliary power supplies empties out pretty damn quick. Inoue says that for now this will suffice for the Dendo, casting Aqua to wonder about that now bit. Everything gets interrupted when Kirakuni comes over to pick up Ginga and Hokuto. They're going to be working on this from now on. They need to explain this all to their parents, though they really can't talk about Dendo or Gopher or anything like that. Kane approves of them being nice to their mothers whenever they're together, though they ought to or they'll regret it later. It seems like he's speaking from some sort of experience, and indeed, Kane's own mom went missing while he was fighting with the Giganos. Still, she's a very fierce woman, so he's sure that she's safe somewhere. And by that description, Ginga has a very clear idea of what kind of person Kane's mother is. When Hokuto asks, Ginga tells him that, well, you'll find out soon enough. Back at the city, Ginga's mom, Midori, is ready to scold Ginga for doing something so bad that it's not the police, but the army wants to haul him in. Who did you start a fight with this time? She didn't teach you Kempo for this kind of shit! Ginga swears no such thing was done, but what's with the soldiers doing that in their home? They want to explain that if only she'd stop yelling and listen to Kirakuni. And indeed, Hokuto already sees what Ginga was talking about. Midori demands a confession, but Orie steps in and calmly argues that the kids seem to be telling the truth. Kirakuni stammers some kind of story about the kids being selected for Ari's new science trainee program. They'll be touring the world, visiting various different laboratories and experiencing the latest in technology. Plus, this will count as part of their school year, so their learning won't be impaired. Midori asks if it'll be safe, and Kirakuni stammers a bit more. Ginga begs his mom to let him go, which only strikes her as weird, since when did he suddenly care so much about his studies? Kirakuni is sweating bullets against the sharp mother, but Ginga insists that he is absolutely totally serious. After a bit of aggressive stare down, Mom relents, letting him go if he wants to go so much. Furthermore, she turns to Kirakuni and tells him that she will give him the lecture of his life on an ass whooping if anything happens to Ginga. As for Orie, she asks what Hokuto wants to do. He, naturally, wants to go along, and she also agrees. With that, Kirakuni will be back to pick them up tomorrow and leaves. Ginga's little sister steps over and tells her to be good while he's away on his trip. She agrees on the condition that he buys her a souvenir, a stuffed lion! Sounds good, and considering his imminent departure, Midori figures that she'll make his favorite for dinner tonight. Ginga's not one to be happy out lying to his mom, but it is all for a good cause. Orie and Hokuto would be taking off as well, and Midori apologized for not being able to be more hospitable at the moment. It's not a problem. What with Ginga helping to watch over her son? Sounds good, and Midori asks that Hokuto do the same in return. The kids should watch over each other. Back at their home, Orie remembers that Ginga as the kid that they met at school. Hokuto figures that they can be good friends, but either way, she wants to know if Hokuto really wants to go on this tour. She'll not force him to do one thing or the other, so he is free to choose. Hokuto admits that he's not all in, but that's why he'll be with Ginga. Furthermore, he feels it's something that he has to do. Orie will say no more then, but wants him to remember that he'll always be in her thoughts. With that, she'll also be making his favorite stew for dinner. Alright. Next time, we go grab the Gundam of Gundams.
All combat is over. Now that you've tasted victory, I'm sure you'll be back.